Because there is no divide between human and divine, and the divine is in each one of us, so humans, by extraordinary being, those who put in tapasya or are devoted or demonstrate extraordinary qualities, can rise to the status of the divine. So much so that you have all these stories about how XYZ did such tapasya, Indra ka sinhasan dolne laga, and Indra came down and said, please, please tell me what you want. I'm willing to do your bidding. So this business of being able to dictate terms even with the divine. We do not have any commandment-giving text. There's no one God who tells you, thou shalt not do this, or that thou must do this, and if you don't, well then you suffer my wrath and I'll throw you in heaven or hell or wherever. There isn't any of that. No commandment-giving text, no God, or even the king doesn't have the right, for example, the Raja, to dictate terms. He's supposed to be responsive to the praja. The Raj Dharma, for example, makes even the king responsible, responsive, answerable to the praja, and not just the other way around. And the whole idea of the universe rooted in dharma. That's the core value, as opposed to religion,
right,
which is that which holds, binds together, which is the bedrock of the srishti and certainly life on this Mother Earth, and that those who protect dharma are the ones who are supposed to be protected by it. And because there is no sharp distinction between humans and divines, we never have anybody who dares to come and say, I'm the Word of God, and I'm His representative, and I shall tell you what you should do. And if you don't, then I decide punishment. We don't allow anybody to assume such authority. And what is most, I think, appealing to me as a Hindu is that we have the freedom to conceptualize the divine in whatever form we want. You can worship the divine in the form of rivers and mountains, or in the form of Shiva or Krishna or XYZ. The divine keeps taking avatars in new forms as per the needs of the times and as per the wishes of the devotees. And it's we who ascribe the values that and that's why, this famous couplet of Tulsi in the Ramayana, Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi, Prabhu muratin dekhi taisi, which means what is the values that you live by are the ones you ascribe to your God. So if you are authoritarian, violent, brutal, then you see God as being authoritarian, violent, nasty, punishing. But if your heart is filled with compassion and love, then your God is all love, all compassion. So we don't have this jealous God who will punish you. And each one, since the divine is within each one, then that means to each one of us, the divine speaks through the voice of our conscience. And that's really what makes the Indic faith traditions so liberating, so free, because you're supposed to assess the situation. Your dharma is supposed to be time-specific, culture-specific, situation-specific. There are no fixed codes that you must do this and not that. The power to change, to revise your customs, your beliefs, your ways of doing rests with each individual. And that's why we talk of Swadharma. You define what you wish to hold by, as well as with each community. And that's why, and this is my final point for this opening, this thing. Whenever people justify X, Y, Z, they will never say, oh, it's because it's written in this text, it's because X, Y, Z said this, and Ramayana dictates thus and thus. They'll always, at the most, say, this is how we do among ourselves. Hamare yahan aise hi hota. Right. Which means you don't need to follow us, but just please allow us the right to follow our ways of doing. And that's so quintessentially democratic, and which is why this civilization allowed such a diversity to survive. But, and I'll come to this in my second, if you give me time, a second time, but I don't think we've understood the forces that have come to annihilate and attack us.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Yeah,
we'll come to that.
And I think that failure is also something unique to this civilization. Failure to understand the power of those and the mindset of those who wish to annihilate us.